Anna.
And I'm Jake. Thanks for joining us again.
Today we're diving into something a little emotional. Why we pretend everything is fine. You know, those times when someone asks, "How are you?" and we automatically say, "I'm fine," even when we're not.
Oh, I've done that so many times. It's like a reflex.
Right? We smile, we see we're okay, but inside, not really.
Yeah, it's funny how "I'm fine" has become a kind of emotional mask. By the way, mask here means something we use to hide how we really feel.
Exactly. And we use that mask to look strong, polite, or maybe to avoid uncomfortable questions.
I remember one time after a breakup, my friend asked how I was doing. I just said, "I'm fine," even though my heart felt heavy. I didn't want to talk about it, so I pretended.
I totally get that. Sometimes pretending feels easier than explaining everything. But deep down, it's a bit lonely, isn't it?
Yeah, because nobody really knows what's going on inside you.
You know, there's a phrase, smiling through the storm. It means acting happy even when life feels like a storm full of problems or pain.
That's such a good image. I think we all do that sometimes, especially at work or school when we don't want people to worry or judge.
True. But the thing is, pretending everything's fine doesn't make the problem go away. It just hides it.
And sometimes that pretending becomes a habit. We say "I'm fine" so often that we start believing it ourselves, even when we're not.
Wow, that's deep. But maybe that's where this conversation begins, asking ourselves why we do that.
Exactly. So let's talk about the fear behind it. Why showing emotions feels so scary.
Good idea. All right, let's move into that.
So, Anna, you said something interesting that showing emotions can feel scary. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because being open makes us feel vulnerable. That word means feeling exposed or unprotected, like people can see the soft part of our heart.
Yeah, I know that feeling. When you say, "I'm not okay," it's like you're giving someone the power to judge you or reject you.
Exactly, and no one wants to feel weak or needy. Society often tells us to stay strong or keep it together, but that can make it hard to be honest about our emotions.
It's kind of ironic, right? We all have feelings, but we're afraid to show them. I remember when I lost my job last year, everyone kept saying, "You'll find another one soon." I smiled and said, "Yeah, I'm fine." But I wasn't. I felt scared and small.
Oh, Jake, that's so relatable. I've done that too. There's pressure to stay positive even when life feels heavy.
Yeah, and sometimes people just don't know what to say if you do tell them the truth. So we protect them and ourselves by pretending.
That's so true. I think this fear of vulnerability starts early. When we're kids, we learn to hide our tears because others might laugh or tell us to be strong.
Yeah, and later in life, we carry that lesson like a rule, like don't cry, don't complain, just smile.
Exactly. But here's a nice phrase. It's okay not to be okay. It reminds us that being sad, tired, or worried doesn't make us weak. It makes us human.
I love that. If only we all believed it more, because when we hide our pain, we also hide the chance for connection.
Yes. When we open up even a little, people often respond with kindness, not judgment.
Right, it's like giving someone permission to be real too.
Beautifully said. Maybe that's why we should talk next about these social masks we wear and how they shape our daily lives.
Let's do that.
So, Jake, let's talk about those social masks we all wear. What does that mean to you?
I think a social mask is the
role we play to fit into society, like being the cheerful coworker, the calm friend, or the strong parent. We act that way even when we don't feel it inside.
Exactly. It's like a costume. We put it on to feel safe or accepted. For example, at work, we might smile and say, no problem, even when we're stressed or overwhelmed.
Yeah, I've totally done that. One time I was leading a project and everything was going wrong. But during meetings, I acted confident, like, we've got this, even though I wanted to scream inside.
Ooh, I know that feeling. I used to work in customer service. Every day I had to smile, even when people were rude. By the end of the day, my face hurt from pretending.
Wow, yeah, that's a perfect example. We wear these emotional masks so often that sometimes we forget who we are without them.
True. There's a phrase, put on a brave face. It means to act strong even when you're scared or sad.
No, I like that phrase. But the problem is, if we put on a brave face every day, it can become heavy, like carrying a backpack full of emotions we never unpack.
That's such a good image. And when we do that for too long, it's easy to feel distant from others. People might see the happy version of us, but not the real one.
Yeah, like when friends only see our Instagram smiles, not the nights we can't sleep.
Exactly. Social media can make it even harder. Everyone looks perfect, so we think we have to be perfect too.
Right, but real connection happens when we drop the mask, even for a moment, and say, hey, I'm having a hard time.
That's the brave part, being real. And maybe when we're honest, others feel safe to be honest too.
Absolutely. But sometimes pretending goes too far and it starts to hurt us inside.
Yes, that's the next part, when pretending becomes exhausting.
Let's dive into that next.
You know, Anna, pretending can really drain your energy. I remember a few years ago when everything in my life looked fine from the outside, good job, friends, travel photos, but inside, I was falling apart.
Oh, wow. What was happening?
I was dealing with burnout. I felt empty, but I didn't want anyone to know. So every day I said, I'm fine. I laughed at jokes, went to parties, and kept smiling. But every night, I felt completely alone.
That sounds so hard, Jake. I think a lot of people can relate to that. It's like you're living two lives, the outside one for the world and the inside one that nobody sees.
Exactly. It's exhausting. There's this phrase, running on empty. It means you keep going even though you have no energy left. That was me.
Oh, I love that expression, running on empty. It's such a clear picture of how pretending can wear us out.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, people kept saying, you look great. You're doing amazing. And that made it harder to be honest, because I didn't want to disappoint them.
I totally get that. It's like the more people believe you're okay, the harder it is to say you're not.
Exactly. One night, I finally broke down. I called a close friend and just said, I'm tired of pretending. And you know what? He didn't judge me. He just listened.
That must have felt like such a relief.
It really did. I cried, we talked for hours, and afterward, I slept peacefully for the first time in weeks.
That's so powerful, Jake. It reminds me that sometimes the strongest thing you can do is admit you're not strong right now.
Yeah. And after that, I started learning how to be more open. Slowly, step by step.
That's what we should talk about next. How to be honest, but in a gentle and safe way.
Perfect. Let's go there.
So, Jake, after you decided to stop pretending, how did you start being more honest with people without feeling too exposed?
Good question. Honestly, I didn't suddenly open up to everyone. I started small, with safe people. I'd say something simple like, hey, I'm having a bit of a tough day, but I'll be okay. It felt real, but not too heavy.
I like that. It's gentle honesty. You're not hiding, but you're not dumping all your feelings either.
Exactly. It's like finding a middle ground. There's a nice phrase for that, to open up. It means to share your true thoughts or feelings with someone you trust.
That's such a good one. And it's important to choose people who listen with kindness, not people who will say, you're overreacting.
Oh, totally. Real friends listen. They don't try to fix everything. They just stay with you in that moment.
Yeah. And sometimes even small honesty helps you breathe again. Like instead of saying, I'm fine, you can say, I'm a little tired today. Or, it's been a rough week. Those are simple English phrases learners can practice too.
Right. And you don't need big, dramatic words, just honest words. For example, I feel stressed. I miss my family. Or I'm not in the mood today.
Exactly. I remember once I was going through some family problems. I told a coworker, hey, I'm not at my best today, just so you know. And she smiled and said, thanks for being honest. I've been there too.
That's such a great example. Being real invites others to be real too.
Yeah. And for English learners, this kind of expression is powerful. It helps you not just speak English, but connect in English.
That's so true. When we're honest, we connect more deeply in any language.
So maybe real communication isn't about perfect grammar. It's about sharing what's true in your heart.
I couldn't agree more. And that honesty, in the end, becomes real strength.
Which brings us to our final part, finding strength in being real.
Let's wrap it up with that thought.
So, Jake, after everything we've talked about, pretending, fear, masks, honesty, what does real strength mean to you now?
I think real strength isn't about hiding pain. It's about facing it with honesty. Like saying, I'm not okay right now. That takes more courage than pretending everything's fine.
I completely agree. We often think strength means not crying, not complaining, but sometimes the bravest people are the ones who admit they're struggling.
Yeah. There's this phrase to have the courage to be real. It means showing your true self even when it's uncomfortable.
I love that because being real creates connection. When you show your real feelings, others feel less alone.
That's so true. I once shared my story about burnout on social media, something I never thought I'd do. And so many people messaged me saying, thank you. I thought I was the only one.
Wow, that must have been powerful.
It was. It made me realize how many people are also pretending. When someone finally speaks the truth, it gives others permission to breathe again.
Yes, like saying, hey, it's okay, we're all human.
Exactly. And that's what this episode is really about. Remembering that pretending might keep us safe for a while, but being real helps us heal.
Beautifully said. Maybe that's the heart of emotional health. Not perfection, but connection.
And that's something everyone learning English can remember too. Don't worry about sounding perfect, just be real, express yourself, connect with others. That's where the real growth happens.
So true. Okay, let's slow down a bit and share what we've both learned from today's talk. You know, Jake, today's conversation reminded me how easy it is to hide behind, I'm fine. But being honest, even a little, can change everything.
Yeah. I learned that pretending might protect us from pain, but it also keeps love and understanding away. When we open up, we make space for real connection.
And it's okay to take small steps. You don't need to share everything all at once. Just start with truth. One sentence, one feeling at a time.
Exactly. Real English and real life are both about connection, not perfection.
I love that. So if you're listening, remember, your feelings matter. Don't be afraid to be real.
Thanks for spending time with us today.
And if you enjoyed this talk, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little encouragement.
Take care, everyone, and remember, it's okay not to be okay.
See you next time on Feel English Podcast.